Hey folks, Dave back here in Studio B. Hope you're having a good Saturday or Saturday night as you get ready for Easter. That is coming up tomorrow. I actually worked all day, and the wife had the whole house full of her family over. They're cooking. They're having it here tomorrow, so they were all going nuts in the kitchen cooking. And I'm just like, oh boy, this is. I'm going downstairs. I'm getting out of your way. Just all these women in the kitchen. I was like, I'm staying out of the way. But it all smelled good in the whole bit, so I'll get up in the morning and give them a hand, whatever they need in the morning. But tonight, I'm going to play some Strat Baseball here as I pull out my 1979 season that I picked up recently, and it's an older one. I kind of was hoping it'd be a newer one, but this will be fine, and I think I'll have some fun with it. Alrighty, so without further ado, as we get down to the field, and that should bring us down to the field here as we're in Baltimore tonight, and I'm trying another new setup here with the Sox and the Orioles. And set up, and I can see I still have the pocket pennant run notes going, so it's pretty good. As Philip Reynolds stops by, Bleacher Bum Gaming coming by. He was playing some of this the other night. It was fun to watch. I caught the end of your game there when I get out of work. Alrighty, so this is what I'm going to use for a setup tonight. I got my little dice roller here. This app is great. It saves me from finding dice and losing dice, and I really do like this app here I picked up from my little phone here. All right, so it's going to be the White Sox and the Orioles. As you can see, the Orioles here are chasing the Yankees. They're one game behind the Yankees, so the East is pretty good. This has been a fun race in the East. The West, the White Sox are, they're still kind of hanging around, but they're going to need to make a move pretty quick. So this is a big game for both teams as Bears Den stops by here tonight on Saturday night. And again, hopefully everybody's having a good night. And so let's play. So I got just some Strat Basic tonight. I really like this. I've been playing a lot of APRA as well. And so many fun baseball games. I got, holy cow. I knew once I opened the baseball can of worms, the Pandora's box of baseball games, that I would be having some fun. And, so I got the Strat Basic. I got the APRA I'm really enjoying. Season Ticket. Season Ticket was my favorite baseball game for a while there. And somehow that's taken a back seat to all these other ones, including, Pocket Pennant Run and Back to Basics Baseball. I've been having some fun with all these different games. And Ron McGrath stops by and says, is this being played on a laptop or a desktop? This is my desktop that I'm playing on right now. This is my desktop. So, this is my desktop here, and I just have my little layout off to the side here that I'm using. And so let's see if we can play and have some fun here tonight. And I'll do my best to try to make this as visual as possible. All right, so let's kick things off. So we have Jim Morrison. He's going to see if he can break on through to the other side as we kick things off, as Mike Flanagan will pitch here for the... Oh, you know what I do need, though? Hang on one second. I do want to pull out my... Just in case, I like to have my handy-dandy Digital Diamond Baseball Board Game Companion Guide here, just in case I need to get into anything crazy in this game. I like to have this kind of handy, so I will put this off on the side next to my out chart, and we should be good to go. All right, hopefully everything looks and sounds good. And let's get going here. All right, so let's roll the dice here. So we have a 2 and a 7. This is going to be off the Morrison card, and he struck him out. Where is Scott? Scott, I need you here to keep track of the strikeouts. He struck him out. And so Flanagan guns down Morrison, and there's one away. Greg Pryor will come up. We have a 6 and a 6, and that's going to be a walk, the Pantera walk. So Flanagan walks a man. So Pryor is on first base. He is probably not going to steal, so we're going to hit away here. So we have Bannister at the plate with one away. Bannister, a 4 and a 4, and that's going to be a ground ball third base X. All right, let's check it out. So down at third base, we have DeCinces. And the Sensei's at third base is a 2. So at a 2 at third base, a 2 and a 14. And he's going to get an out 3. So runner on first is out going to second, providing there is one completion, a double play. Oh, it's going to be a 5-4-3 double play after all that. So ground ball 5-4-3. Around the horn double play. It's by Bannister, and that'll do it here for the Sox. All righty. Coming up now is the Orioles. We have Al Bunbury going to lead us off here. And we're going to have Ken Kravik. He's going to be pitching here for the White Sox. And hopefully everything looks okay. And here we go. So it's going to be Kravik against Bunbury. Yep, there we go. I like to make sure that everything's set on the screen. I think I have everything all set up. Batting orders and all ready to go. Alrighty, so we have a 5 and a 9. It's a fly ball into center field. And coming over to make the catch is Torres. And there's one down here in the Baltimore first. Rich Dower. And Richie Dower is the second baseman tonight. As SG Jamie jumps in and says, can this game play any tabletop game? Yep, anything you want, because you're putting in the results. So whatever your results on the table, you just put them in. And you can even make it up if you want. If you just want, or you could watch the game, a historical game and put in what happened. It's all you're doing is inputting what happened into the game. So yes, any game you play, just put in the results. That's all it is. That simple. All right, so we have Dower up now. We have a 5 and a 4. Ground ball to third base X. So another one hit down to third. This is going to be Bell. So let's check Bell down there at third base. I'm going to go through my cards. He is a 3 down at third base. So a 3 with a 14 down at third base. And he's going to boot it. He's going to boot it. Bell cannot come up with it on the 14-3. And that's going to be an E down there, E5. And so Dower will get to first on the error. And Dower is running his 1 to 12, is stealing his E. So, yeah, we're not going to really do much stealing here. So here we go. And now Kenny Singleton coming up. What is he hitting, by the way? So he's hitting 311 in my sim. I played a lot of Oriole games here. He's hitting 311. All righty, so we have a 5 and a 7. And I think we said that was a strikeout. So that's going to be a strikeout here for Kenny Kravik. He's got that's his first strikeout of the game. So now we have 2 away, and it's going to be Eddie Murray. See if he can take me home tonight. Eddie Murray. There we go. A 6 and a 6, and he's going to pop this one up. Coming over is the second baseman, Jim Morrison, and he's going to light my fire and make that catch. And yes, you're going to hear that all night long. All righty. So we go to the top of the second. Flanagan goes back on the mound for the Orioles. And we got Lamar Johnson coming up. And we have a 5 and a 7. And hopefully, let me know if you guys can read the dice. I tried to set it up so you could read the dice. A 5 and a 7. He struck him out. So Flanagan, off his card, guns him down and is one away. Chet Lemon, everybody's favorite lemon is Chet Lemon. 2 and an 8, and he struck out too. Oh my gosh, Scott, you are missing a strikeout party tonight. Flanagan now with 3 Ks here, and we're only in the top of the second. Junior Moore coming up as David C. stops by, and we have a 6 and a 6, and he's going to get a walk. All right, so Junior Moore is down at first base. And you watch many games in the stadium from that same vantage point. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Boy, I'm getting a buzzing. It might just be the headset here, but I'm hoping that you guys aren't hearing the buzzing. All right, so we have Torres coming up with a man on first. And we have a 5 and a 7, and he struck him out again. Holy cow, Flanagan is mowing him down from the mound tonight for Baltimore. He is red hot. All right, so the Orioles will come up to bat here in the bottom of the second. A lot of zeros on that scoreboard right now. Boy, yeah, this is really concerning me, the buzzing noise here. Might just be the headphones, though. Lee May will come up. Lee May is a 6 and a 7, and he gets a walk. So they get the leadoff runner on, and Doug DeCinces. Do we want to have him bunt over? I do like bunting. We're going to have him bunt. All right, DeCinces is going to lay this one down. A 3. He drops it down, and the batter beats out the bunt, and the runners advance a base. So that's going to be we're going to go an infield single. He's going to drop this down to third base. Bell cannot make the throw in time. So DeCinces with a perfect bunt, and he gets on. So we have 2 on and absolutely nobody out here in the Orioles' second inning. So let's go with Renicky coming up at the plate. Renicky, a 4 and a 9, and just missed a triple. That's going to be a single, 2 bases. So he's going to whack this one into the outfield. A run will score, and we'll have first and third, and the Orioles are on the board first. It is now 1-0. I am getting this buzzing. This is really kind of concerning, this buzzing noise I'm getting. It might just be a wire crossed or something. Alrighty, so we got a Dempsey now. Dempsey coming up. So he's got runners on the corners now. They're not going to play in. I think it's too early to play in. So we have a 4 and a 10. And Dempsey, he's going to get a hold of this one, and this one is gone. Dempsey cranks it out on Kenny Kravick, and it's now 4-0 Baltimore here as they're racking around the White Sox pitcher here in the second. Still, absolutely nobody out as Bernard stops by, and he's just 10 days away from the launch of his YouTube channel. Hopefully it's going well, Bernard. And Belanger coming up. He's hitting 188, Belanger is. And let's get this going here. 6-6-6. It's a ground ball back to the mound. So we're going to go G1 on this one, and Belanger is the first out of the inning. Al Bumbry will come up. He's hitting 302 in my replay. And let's see what Bumbry's going to do. We got a 3 and a 9. He struck him out. So down goes Bumbry. So Kravick's got a couple of strikeouts here tonight, but he's given up a lot of hits in this inning here, including 4 runs. So we might have to keep an eye on him. Richie Dower coming up. He reached on an error at third base. So with 2 away, we have a 4 and a 10. And, he rips this one deep. That's going to be off the wall. So Dower is going to slap a deep double into left field. Oh, boy. And Baltimore, the runner in scoring position here with 2 away. It's going to be Kenny Singleton, and he struck out back in the first. A 3 and a 6. And Kenny Singleton, he gets a hold of this one. Is it going to clear the fence? Yes, it is. Torres went back and couldn't get it, and that's the second home run here in the inning. And Kravick is having some problems here tonight. So we might have to go to the pen here because Kravick is just can't get out of this inning. There's 2 away. He's on a short leash right now as Eddie Murray comes up. We have a 4 and an 8, and this is grounded down the shortstop with an X. So we have Pryor down at short. And he's going to be a 4 down at shortstop. and a 4. What's my die roll here? Is a 12. And he is out with no runners on base. Otherwise, it's a 4. If no runners are forced to runners, with one or more runners forced, there's no runners on base, so he's out. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I forgot that the bases were empty because of the home run. So Murray is out, and they get out of the inning there. But 6 runs come across. Holy smokely dokely. And the Orioles now have given Flanagan a very, very nice lead here in going into the 3rd. And again, let me know if you can read the dice on this app here. I got it as big as I can possibly get it. So hopefully you guys can see the dice rolls. I try to incorporate some cards and dice into the cards and dice game. And this new layout actually allows this to happen. The old layout, the screen was so big you couldn't do anything. But now with this layout here, I can kind of cover up the play-by-play, which I really don't need when I'm doing my own thing. And so it kind of works out kind of nice. Alrighty, so we have Milt May hitting 248, and Milt May, it's his first plate appearance. Flanagan with the pitch. We have a 6 and a 7. This is a ground ball down to second, down to Dower. Dower's a 2 down at second base. And we get a 2 with a 6 at second base. And he is out on the ground ball. So, nice G4 and 1 away. So Flanagan with a nice large lead can just kind of relax and just throw some smoke. We have Kevin Bell. Let's see if he can ring the bell. A 2-9. He struck him out. Flanagan looking really good on the mound tonight for the Orioles. Yes, he is. Now, last night, we had a good crowd last night. I did a little chat last night. Talked about anticipation about playing the games, and all day long, I'm at the rink this morning doing my thing. Couldn't wait to come home and play. And I finally did. At 9 o'clock, I finally was able to sit down after I got everything done, and I'm get to play tonight. And Bernie, what do you say? Do you enjoy this setup more than just playing PC Strat? Yeah, I would say yeah. I really enjoy playing the cards and dice and following along. And when I play Strat, I mean, if I backed it down to advanced, I could probably follow it a little bit, and I will at some point. But I like following along. And when I play Strat with all the super advanced rules, I follow along about 80-85%. And then some of the stuff happens, I'm not sure why. So I like to know why it's happening. So when I play this, I can input the commands of the board game into here, so I'm in full control, and that's where I get my enjoyment out of it, if that makes any sense. As much as I do like to strat PC baseball, sometimes it's fun just to kick back and play the Spiders game or whatever, but if I have the cards, I'd rather play the cards. It's more fun, it's more hands-on, it's more intimate. That's just what I like to do. I don't have any problem with any of the PC games that I have, but if I have the cards, I'd rather play the cards. Alrighty, Jim Morrison here. He'll see if he's going to be a rider on the storm with 2 outs. And we have a 3 and a 6, and he's got a single. So, yes, he is a rider on the storm. And he is on with the first hit of the night for the White Sox. Greg Pryor, prior to this at-bat, he got a walk. Let's see what he can do with a man on base. We have a 3 and a 5, and he's got a single. So, and Morrison will hold at second. So with a couple of outs here, the White Sox have quietly put a couple of batters on the base paths. So Flanagan's starting to get flustered now as Bannister coming up. And we have Alan Bannister, a 1 and 11. And he's going to line this right at Belanger at short. And Belanger will take that away from him, and that will stymie any kind of rally that they thought they might have had. So Kravik, short leash again, back on the mound. He got hammered in that second inning, and that actually might be enough for the O's. Lee May, he's got a walk, and he actually scored a run in this game. Okay, Lee May, 6 and a 9, and it's going to be a line drive right at the shortstop, Pryor, and Pryor will grab it. And there's 1 away. Doug DeCinces. And Dougie, he got a single back in the second inning. And we have a 1-9, and he lifts this one lazily into center field. Torres will come in and make that catch, and there's 2 down. So Kravik has settled down since that disaster of a second inning, at least so far. Renicky, 2 and a 10. Ooh, and he's going to get a walk. All righty, so Dempsey coming up. Dempsey, he hit a home run last time he was up. So let's see what Rick can do against Kravik. A 1 and a 6. And this time he lines it right at the third baseman, Bell. Bell will take that. That stung a little bit, but he does make the catch. So let's go to the top of the fourth. Flanagan on the mound here. 5 strikeouts here through 3 innings so far. Lamar Johnson. Lamar struck out last time. We have a 3 and a 10, and this time he's going to get a walk. So Lamar is on. Stealing is a C, so we don't want to steal. Down by 6, I think we really need to kind of hit away. I don't think we really want to do any bunting right now. We need runners on bases, not so much a single run here, even though it's early enough to try to chip away at this. So, but Chet Lemon is going to hit away. A 3 and a 9, and he's got a single. And Johnson's going to scoot down over there to third base. So, yeah, the play of hitting here worked out. So now there's a runner in scoring position. So now Flanagan's starting to shake a little bit here in the top of the fourth. Flanagan will deal to Moore, who's got a walk. And we have a 1 and a 4 with an 11, and he's going to single and a run. Single, 2 bases. So some singles here and a walk, and all of a sudden it's first and third, and now a run comes across. So with absolutely nobody out, the White Sox have come to life. And it's going to be Torres hitting .235, and he struck out the last time he was at the plate. A 1 and a 6, and he's going to pop this one up to first base. A nice easy play for Eddie Murray. So we finally have our first out of the inning. White Sox trying to make it a game. This is Milt May coming up. Milt May with a 5 and a 10. And he's going to pop this one up to short. Belanger's going to come up with it. And that is that. So, Kevin Bell now. Can he get anything done? As Flanagan seems to have settled down. See if he can get out of this inning, allowing only the 1 run. A 5 and a 9. Fly ball into center field, and that will do it with Bunbury making the catch. But the Sox do. They get a run, so at least they're on the board here. And we go now to the Baltimore part of the 4th inning, and it is 6-1. Bernard says, I like to play basic like me when playing cards and dice. Taking time to do multiple dice rolls and read multiple charts ruins the flow of the game for me. Sort of why I enjoy APA baseball so much. I think it all depends on the mood I'm in. I mean, sometimes I like a little bit more advanced stuff, and sometimes I like the simple stuff. After work on a Saturday, just kind of chilling out here streaming, basic is a lot easier for me. And I do like the APA. I've been playing a crap ton of APA. I really have. I really like my APA baseball now. I'm kind of slid back into APA baseball and APA hockey, by the way. And the season ticket, I find the season ticket of all the games I play right now to be the most complicated. Not impossible, but it's a little more complicated. So I maybe that's why I played that a little bit less, because I'm enjoying the flow of these because they're so simple. Maybe, maybe not. I will get back to some season tickets soon. The only thing is I can't really show the cards off in season ticket because I don't have cards. I didn't print out the cards. I have team sheets. So maybe that's why I've shied away from season ticket, because I like to show the cards off now, and I really can't do that if I'm doing season ticket unless I print the cards out, which I could. It's not a issue. So maybe I will. Maybe my next project, maybe I will print out the cards for season ticket. Who knows? All right, so where are we now? We are with Belanger now coming up in the bottom of the 4th. He will lead things off. A 4 and a 7. He struck him out. So Kravik coming back to earth a little bit after getting distracted in that second inning. Bunbury Bunbury, we have a 3 and a 7. And that'll be a fly ball in the right field. Coming over to make that catch is more. And now Richie Dower. He reached on an error, and he doubled. So he's had a decent night at the plate. With 2 away, we have a 1 and a 5. And he's going to pop this up. Third base. And that'll do it. What I need to do is airplane mode. That way you don't see my notifications. I forgot to do that. All righty, so Dower is out, and we're going to go to the 5th as this game kind of moves right along here in Baltimore. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday night. I was dying to pull out my Strat cards. I got the itch. We talked about anticipation. I got the itch to play Strat Basic tonight, and so I pulled it out, my new 79 set. By new to me, but it's an older set, but it's new to me. I bought it off Stratomatic Marketplace and had a really good transaction with the guy I bought it from, too. All right, so Jim Morrison. All righty. Let's see if he can break on through to the other side. A 3 and a 9, and he'll get a walk. So Morrison is done a nice job. Now his stealing is B, so we're not going to steal. We don't want to take any chances right now. We need some runs. So Pryor coming up with a man on first. And we have a 4 and a 5. Ground ball, second base, C. Ground ball, second base, C. So we get a 4-5. So a C on a ground ball is batter is out. That's a fielder's choice. So the runner advances. So it's going to be G4-3. So the only play is to first base. So, in effect, that was a sacrifice bunt, if you think about it. Alan Bannister hitting .272. He grounded out and he lined out. Man in scoring position here. A 3 and a 6. Ground ball to third base, A. So, it's going to be a G5-3 with the R2 holding. So, Morrison's going to hold. Yep, just like that. Lamar Johnson is the last hope for the Sox here in the 5th. We have a 2 and an 11, and this is going to be hit down to second base. Dower with the easy play, and that will retire the Sox. So they didn't get anything in that inning, though they did threaten. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th here in Baltimore. 1979 baseball using Stratomatic Baseball, just Strat Basic tonight. I think what I need to do, Bernard, is go into Strat Baseball and pick a season and just set everything to advance. Just drop everything from super advanced to advanced. And like Ron said, follow along on the cards, and maybe I'll have some fun with that and I'll learn advanced. But again, it is a lot of extra lookups and this and that. And sometimes it can be fun, checking arm strength, because that's what you have to do in season ticket. But sometimes it is fun just to kind of play the game. And like I said, my Strat season is 78. I'm going to play the Red Sox all the way through. A lot of them I'll play just myself, but I'll stream some of them. And I even bought from Ron Bernier. I bought the 1978 season he had. It was $10, but it shows you all the lineups for the games, except the playoffs, but all the lineups of the games. So that way I know which guys are in the lineup, and I'll pull those out and have them ready to play. And I think I'm going to enjoy that immensely. Although the last time I tried to do a Red Sox replay was 1986 with Strat, with Clemens. They did all the Clemens games. It didn't go very well at all. All right, bottom of the 5th, Kenny Singleton. A 6 and a 4, and he gets a walk. Oh, boy. So Kravik walking the lead runner. He's a stealing D, so he's not going to go anywhere. And Eddie Murray will come up, and he popped out and grounded out. Let's see what Murray's going to do. Here we get a 2 and a 6. He's going to single. All righty, so Murray hits this one. Little flare in the center field. And it's going to be runners on first and second. Nobody out. Jimmy B stopping by. Strat Basic is the best way to get in a quick, easy game. Nice and smooth. Yes, it is. Strat Basic and Appa Basic are very, very fun. I like them both very, very much. And I like Back to Basics, too. And I like Pocket Pen and Run, too. I mean, I like all these baseball games. But, yes, to play quickly, Strat Basic is very, very nice. Lee May or may not make a big play a 2 and a 7. Ooh, he just missed a home run. He swung for the fences, but he struck out. Oh, boy. So Kravik on a short leash again. Got the one out. Now can he get the double play out of DeCinces? DeCinces has got a single, and he flied out. We have a 4 and a 5. Ground ball to second base, C. So the only play is to first. So G4-3. Morrison flips to Johnson. So they got 2 outs now with runners on second and third. Renicky up at the plate. And Renicky's got a single and a walk. So he's done very well tonight. And it's a 6 and a 9. And this is going to be... Oh, he lined it right at the shortstop. And Pryor with a big leap will jump and haul that in, saving some runs. So Pryor's defensive play is going to keep the White Sox in this just a little bit longer. And tonight, before I come on tonight, actually, I worked all day and did a few things. And before I jumped on, I looked and, I do the movie reading. They'd sent me another movie read to do. And I was going to wait till tomorrow, but I was like, yeah, it's Easter. I won't want to do it. So let me do it tonight. So I did it tonight before I come on. The movie I read was that new Winnie the Pooh movie. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's a very dark version of Winnie the Pooh who gets very angry with humans. Oh, man, it was hysterical to read. It's such a goofy horror movie. Oh, so now I need to go see if I can watch it because it was kind of funny. So I don't know if any of you guys have seen that yet. I don't even know if it's out yet, but I know it's coming out this year, or it is out. It was bizarre, let me tell you. Who comes up with these things? I have no idea. Alrighty, so Chet Lemon coming up. He entered the game with 12 home runs and 56 RBIs, hitting .276. But tonight, he is 1 for 2. And here comes the pitch, a 5 and a 6, and it's a fly ball in the right field. Singleton over there will make the grab. Junior Moore, Junior Mint's coming up. And we have a 3 and an 11, and it's going to be hit down to third base. DeCinces with the long throw in time. Flanagan getting a little tired now here as we try to finish up the top of the 6th. He's thrown a lot of pitches here, despite only giving up the 4 hits. So we have a 5 and a 9 here for Torres, and that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And Bunbury will come over to make the catch. So that is that. So Kravik back on the mound. He hasn't thrown a lot of pitches, but he's been racked up pretty good tonight. And it's Dempsey coming to the plate. He's got a home run in this game. And Bernard said, last year I did an Action PC 1986 Red Sox replay. The Red Sox were 15 games under 500 when I deleted the file. Maybe they were just a lucky team that year, but you'd think that because they finished first that they would be carded pretty good, but they got smoked in my replay. I want to try that again, maybe cards and dice or something. Maybe it's something, although it's such a heartbreaking season that I almost bought that on Apple, but it's such a heartbreaking season that I couldn't bring myself to do it yet, He restarted that replay with Baseball Mogul and went to the World Series and lost in 7 games. Okay, I need to go back to Baseball Mogul. I found that to be kind of a fun PC game. Rick Dempsey coming up. Dempsey, we have a 4 and 11, and he struck him out on the 4-11. So Kravik now is up to 5 strikeouts in this game. If it wasn't for that second inning, he'd be doing all right, but he did have a little breakdown in the second inning. Mark Belanger, 0 for 2 today. We have 3 and a 5, and fly ball into center field, and that'll be a nice, easy catch for Torres. So 2 down quickly here for Kravik. I feel bad he had that one bad inning. That's too bad. Bunbury coming up. He's 0 for 3, 2 away, and we have a 4 and a 7, and he struck him out again. So Kravik doing pretty well now since that second. So Flanagan getting a little tired here, and again, I kind of use my own pitcher fatigue, if you will. I like to see what Digital Diamond wants me to do, and I try to keep the game I'm playing their pitcher fatigue in mind as well. But I'm very loosey-goosey with it, and I just go on feel a lot of the time. So if you see me play a game here and you're like, oh, that pitcher should be fatigued, well, that means I don't think he should be. And I'm not second-guessing the game, but it's just kind of how I play. My pitcher fatigue is very homebrew for me. I just kind of go on feel. So Flanagan, he's only given up 1 run and 4 hits. So he's facing Milt May, but he's coming up there in pitches. And I like how they have the pitcher duration here, right under Flanagan. So I use that as kind of my guide as well. And he's faced 25 batters. So Juckett says 3 times around the ride, and you should be taking him out. All right, so I have a 5 and an 8 here, and a fly ball in the left field this time. Renicky has not been busy back there, but he will make this one here and is 1 away. And Bernard says, I'm trying to 1986 Red Sox again with Diamond Mine Baseball. I'm going to win that World Series before I die. Well, yeah, you might. And the big thing is you're having fun doing it, right? And I'm having fun doing this. And hopefully, hopefully you guys that are watching right now are playing your own game, because I do that. When I'm playing here offline, I have YouTube on, and I'm watching whoever's playing, and it's enjoyable. It's fun playing your game while someone else is playing their game and chatting. That is kind of my anticipation. I really enjoy that at night. All right, so Kevin Bell, 0 for 2. We have a 2 and a 10, and that's a pop out to third. Sensei's will grab that, and boy, I tell you, Chicago's running out of outs here as Jim Morrison comes up here. And let's see if he can light my fire. A 6 and a 6. He got a walk. He's been doing a lot of walks in this game. He's got a strikeout, a single, and now 2 walks. So Jim Morrison's getting it done. So Flanagan now is kind of tired. So I think we're going to go to the pen here. He's throwing about what he's going to throw. So let's go to the pen here in the 7th. And let's find somebody for Flanagan. We're going to consult with the base coach in the bullpen. And we're going to show 10 entries of 10, which is fine. And let's see what we can do here for a roll. Long relief. I got Martinez who could come in. I have Stanhouse. I'm going to go with Stanhouse. I don't know why. I just like Stanhouse. So Stanhouse is going to come in to pitch. Yep, Stanhouse is in to pitch. All right, so Flanagan, he did his JOB, and now he's going to go sit and enjoy the rest of the night. And Jamie he says he thinks the universe has decided the Sox are not going to win that 86 World Series. Do you know what we used to do as kids when we used to watch the Patriots in the early 80s when they were, second, third place team. And they would lose a game, like in the last play. They would lose. And I remember, like I say, it's the technology in the early 80s. So they'd show the replay, and we'd be sitting there. I remember, my dad and his friends would be like, well, maybe on the replay he'll drop it. The other team will drop it, and the Patriots will win. I always thought that was funny. Let's watch the replay, see if he drops it on the replay. Nope, he never dropped on the replay. It was always a touchdown. All right, Greg Pryor with 2 outs. He's now facing Stanhouse. And we have a 6 and a 10. And Stanhouse comes in, he walks the first batter he faces. That's not what you want your relief pitcher to do. Alan Bannister. He is hitting .272. He hit into a double play. He lined out and he ground out. So he's due for a pop out. And we have a 2 and an 8. And ground ball down the third, and that'll do it in the inning. So the Sox threaten, but Stanhouse takes care of business. All right, so now Kravik is in some trouble now. He's showing red. So he's on a short leash. He's been mowing them down, though, so I like to keep him in. You know me, I hate changing pitchers. I like to kind of keep it going as much as I can. All righty, so as Cleveland baseball fan stops by, playing some Strat tonight. Kravik on the mound against Dower here in the bottom of the 7th. And we have a 5-12, and it's a ground ball down to first base. And Johnson's going to take that himself and is one away. Singleton comes up here as Keith stops by. Thanks for coming by tonight, Keith. Playing a little bit of Strat Baseball. Just having some fun here on a Saturday night. And maybe we'll chat for a few minutes after I'm done here, too. So Ken Singleton, a 5 and a 6. And fly ball into right field. So Kravik has definitely settled down here. Even though he's a little tired, he's approaching his limit. But we're going to let him get through the 7th. Eddie Murray, a 6 and a 10 with a 1. And that's going to be a double. So Eddie Murray doubles, and I think that's going to be it for Kravik. So Kravik did pretty well here tonight, but it's time that we say goodbye to all our company. All right, so Kravik's going to come out, and let's go to the pen here and see who we're going to bring in. I got all my cards right here. So, go with a roll. And who's over here now? So we can go Wayne Nordhagen. Or who else we got here? Fred Howard, Mike Prawley. Mike Prawley's starting the next game. We don't want to do that. Freddie Howard. You know, I think I'm going to go Freddie Howard. Don't know why, but I like Freddie Howard, and he's going to come in and pitch for me. And here we go. All righty. And Jeremy Brooks coming by. Thanks, Jeremy, for stopping by tonight. And Cleveland baseball fan says, I have a 2007 Indians-Red Sox game uploaded tonight for game 102. Watch at your leisure. Okay, so we'll have to go check that out. And Keith says, not to change his mood, but the Frozen final third period is going to be real good. Is that the finals? The finals there, third period? I might have to go check that out when I'm done here myself. And he's flipping between the Devils, Bruins on ABC. What is the score of that game? I haven't. I had it on the radio for a little while, but then I tuned it off because I'm doing this. All right, Lee May, 2 away. Fred Howard now on the mound. 2 and an 8, and 2 and a 9, and he got a hold of this one. This goes deep into left field, but Bannister will get there right at the wall. Woo, boy. And that is an out. Howard gets it done, but it wasn't pretty. No, Keith, it doesn't matter if you don't have to spoil. You don't worry about spoiling anything with me. I'm not going to watch it. I mean, I might tune in at the end if I'm done here. But I don't even know who's playing in that. That's how much I paid attention. Just haven't. And who's playing? And if it's close in the third, then maybe I'll turn it on after this. So as we're in the top of the 8th, so we should be wrapping this up shortly. Lamar Johnson will face Stanhouse. And we have a 6 with a 10, and that's another walk. Oh, boy. So Stanhouse walks the lead runner, and this gives some hope to the Sox as Chet Lemon comes up. A 6 and a 7, and ground ball down to shortstop X. So who's my shortstop? That is Belanger. So Belanger, shortstop 1. Belanger is shortstop 1. So shortstop 1 with an 11. And he boots it. That's an error. So Belanger cannot come up with it. And is this where the Orioles unravel? So Lemon hits that up the middle. Belanger should have had it, and he couldn't do it. Oh, Minnesota and Quinnipiac. Okay. I think Quinnipiac is kind of local to me, right? They're in the Boston area, I think. What channel is that on? Is that on Fox or something, like Fox Sports? I'm not sure what channel would carry the Frozen 4. It doesn't seem to be something to be on the main channel. All right, Junior Moore coming up against Stanhouse. We have a 4-11. Ground ball first base X. So where's Eddie Murray now? Eddie Murray is a 1 at first base. So Moore down to first base. A 1 and a 2. Out 3. And that'll be a double play. So it's going to be G3-6-3 on the double play. So Johnson goes down to third. Stanhouse is now getting tired. Connecticut. Okay, I knew it was close to me. And Rusty Torres. I went down to Yale one time. We did a whole 3-game set down in Yale many years ago. Yale was kind of neat. A big wooden arena. It was kind of crazy down there. Long ride from my house, though. Yeah, the blade making that error is quite rare. Yes, it was. He just couldn't quite get it. So Stanhouse, let's see if he can get out of the inning. He's got the double play. It's a man on third for Torres. Let's see if Rusty is rusty or not. A 5 and a 5. Ground ball down to second base. Dower scoops it up, and the Sox are frustrated as Rusty Torres slams his bat into the dirt. And coming up now, Fred Howard is still on the mound here for the White Sox. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Dougie DeCinces is 1 for 3 today, hitting 2-for-7. We have a 1-11. And Doug DeCinces is now 2 for 4 as he hits this one long, and see you later. Bannister looking up, and goodbye. Doug DeCinces is going to homer off of Freddie Howard, and it's now 7-1. And Steeler fan shows up here to watch the Baltimore onslaught. Renicky comes up, a 4 and a 7, and he's going to walk. And they've seen enough of Fred Howard, so we're gonna go to the bench. Howard is done. Let's go to the pen. We're just gonna pick someone here, and let me see. Okay, Ross is in the rotation. Scarberry is not in the rotation, but I don't have him on my thing. Oh, yeah, I do. Randy Scarberry, spot and long. All right. Oh, he's kind of tired, though. Rich Wortham. No, he's in the rotation. Steve Trout is in the rotation. Ed Farmer. Yep, I think it's going to be Ed Farmer. Is going to be our boy. He's going to come in here and pitch for the Sox. All righty. So let's just see if we can get out of this 8th inning here. There's nobody out, and we got a man on first base, and it's Dempsey. He's got a home run. He's got 3 RBIs in this game. He's also scored a run on his own home run. Yes, he has. All righty, so we have a 6-6-6. It's a ground ball back to the pitcher B. Runner on first is out, batter is safe. So it's going to be a ground ball. It's going to be a G1-4. And they're going to get the runner at second base, so Dempsey will get the first base on the fielder's choice. Belanger coming up against Farmer. And we have a 3-8, and this is a fly ball in the left field B. Everyone's going to hold, and there's 2 out. So Farmer kind of getting it done now. Bunbury. A 6 and a 6, and fly ball in the center field. So Farmer comes in, gets the job done, but the damage was done back in the 2nd inning. So Stanhouse is on the mound here. Let's see if he can get through one batter before we take him out. He is kind of tired now, but he's facing Milt May in a 3-8, and he struck him out. All right, so Stanhouse still got a little bit of gas in that tank. He's showing a little bit red now. Kevin Bell, 2 and a 6. Ground ball down to third. Yeah, nice, easy play for DeCinces. So Stanhouse, he's a little tired, throwing hunks of junk out there, but he might get done. Oh, but Morrison has been really good. A couple of walks. He knows how to draw the walks. Here we go. A 5 and a 6. Popped it up. And the first baseman, Murray, comes over, and that'll do it. So, the Orioles. Is that it? 3 outs? Final? Yeah, that's it. The final. It's 7-1 as Dan Burke stops by just in time to see the Orioles walk away with a nice 7-1 win. So we'll save and exit. And that'll be that. And I don't know if we can take a look at the standings at all. We'll go back. I do like to back up all the time. That's what I like to do. Hopefully this, yeah, there we go. check the season overview. I'm probably going to be in the way over here on the left-hand side, but we'll see what it looks like. So as you can see, the Orioles, with the win, they moved to a half game of the Yankees. That was a big win for Baltimore, and Chicago now falls 7 back, or 8 back, rather, of California in the West. The Pirates are destroying everybody in the East, 16-game lead on Montreal, and the Reds with a 12-game lead in the West. And that is kind of how that goes. So we'll go back to Studio B and say hi to everybody. Dan is in between periods of the Blues Wild game, also third period of the NCAA title game. What channel is that on? Because I might jump out and watch some of that myself. What channel is the NCAA on? Because I want to go check that out myself. So, but anyway, hey, thanks for everybody that tuned in tonight as we played some Strat Basic Baseball. I really like the Strat Basic Baseball. I mean, I suppose once I start playing Advanced a little bit more regular, I will get into it. It's just there's a lot more to it, and sometimes I just like to play, and that's where the Strat Basic and the APA really, really shine for me. So, but anyway, ESPN2, Cleveland baseball fan, thank you so much. So, anyway, before I go, what's everybody playing here? Because I'll let everybody get back to their games in the whole bit. But what is everybody playing? Well, I put some stuff away. Interested to see what other people are playing here. As you see, I'm playing some Strat Basic tonight. And, I might actually leave this out and play another game between these two teams. I'll do it offline. But I might leave everybody out and play again. That was kind of fun. I like playing the Orioles. I don't know why. The 79 Orioles are just so much fun to play. I really do like them. And I love the app, this little dice app on the phone. You could take it anywhere. I could be out and about, and if I could take like a game like Shootout or something like that, I could just kind of hit the dice roll and not have to worry about bringing dice anywhere. It's fantastic. It really is. I think it's free, and if you watch ads, you can unlock different colors and more dice. But for $2, you can buy the whole thing. So I just bought the whole thing for $2 and loving it, loving that dice app. Steeler fans playing MLB The Show 23 on the PS5. I never got a PS5. I got a 4, and I haven't fired it up in got to be over a year now. I did play a little bit of what's that futuristic game there? I forget. It's got the cave girl fighting the robotic dinosaurs, and I forget what it's called now. They just come out with a new one, so I went back. I said I'll play the old one again, and then I'll pick up the new one, and I never did. I played a little bit of the old one. That was fine. Dan Burke is playing Strat PC 1992. APA Baseball for Windows 2014 and Action PC 1986. Yes, that is a very good mix. Very nice mix. I never tried that Baseball for Windows. You can't really do much in that, right? Don't you just kind of watch the game with Baseball for Windows? I mean, I don't think you roll dice, and I don't know if you can change lineups. I imagine you could. I'm not sure what I've watched that several times because I do like APA, but I just haven't really found out why I would want to just sit back. I mean, as much as I like watching the games play out, at least I'm rolling dice and I'm moving cards around. Whereas if I just hit the button and watch it play out, I don't know. Joel says he's playing the 1976 Athletics replay in Super Advanced Strat, rolling dice using manual entry with the Strat software. A's are a fascinating team with a ton of speed. Yeah, I picked up 73 APA, and I'm going to play the 73 A's. So I'm right behind you with that. I'm going to play the 73 A's. I really liked the old, that team there. And I picked up 88 because I want to play Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire a little bit too. So that's going to be a fun little thing to do. So I liked some of the A's teams myself. 76. So that's the new season they got. Yeah, I did get that. I did pick up 76 myself a while back, and it's in my cabinet over here. So, but it says listening to Ernie Harwell is the APA baseball Windows catch. Okay, I get it. And Steeler fan says I got the new set of fictional fighters for Glory Days boxing. And he says he's even carded in that set. Nice. He's going to roll some dice and do some boxing. Dan says you manage, you change pitches, you do everything but roll dice. APA master game, but closed engine like Action PC. Okay. I might check that out someday. I did like the APA Go because you could roll your own dice. It showed the cards. It wasn't all that flexible as far as customizing and things like that, but I didn't mind it. I wish it was a program rather than a web browser, and I wish that you could play. I could not figure out how to keep stats. You had to set up a folder or a project or something, and I could never figure it out. I didn't know if you could sim the other games. So it was fun for doing a one-off and stuff like that, but I wish it did more. I really do. And Jamie says I picked back up Legends of Boxing Universe, now in 1974, working on a couple of game design ideas. Okay, interesting. That's kind of fun. So, well, I'm going to jump out here. I might go catch the end of that hockey game like you guys were talking about. Sounds like there's a couple good things on the TV tonight. But thanks for tuning in tonight as I played some Strat Baseball here. I'm loving this 1979 season. I really am. I'm going to hate to see it go. I was talking to Ron about what I want to do for the playoffs. And I think what I'm going to do in the playoffs is I'm going to continue the first 2 rounds of the championship series, doing what I'm doing, using Strat and season ticket and pocket pennant run and back to basics and whatever other games I have been playing with it. So I'm going to probably play, a whole bunch of different ways in that. The World Series, I'm thinking about, depending who gets to the World Series and what's going on, I'm thinking about playing the World Series one game at a time with every game that I have here. So it would be Strat, pocket pennant, season ticket, and back to basics. And was there one more that I have 79 for? There might be another game. That's 4 games. There might be 5 games. And what I was going to do, I was going to play game 1 in each of the engines. You know what I mean? So I'll game 1 in Strat, game 1 in season ticket, game 1 in pocket pennant, game 1 in back to base. Oh, and Status Pro, game 1 in Status Pro. And see how it goes. And see what my results are for the World Series playing those 5 games, one game at a time. And I probably wouldn't stream it all, but from time to time I would. But I think it'd be kind of fun, is when I get to the World Series, play all the different things. So anyway, so I'm gonna jump out here, go make myself a sandwich. I'm getting kind of hungry here, and I'm gonna watch some hockey, and then I'll just come back here and play myself later. So hopefully I'll talk to you guys later. If I don't, have a great Easter, and we'll talk to you all maybe tomorrow night. Bye-bye.